Bruchim haba and welcome everyone to a special edition of All Parsha on Parshas Acharei, the Chasam Sofer on Parshas Acharei. I'm very excited to share with you an amazing offering of the Chasam Sofer found in Chasam Sofer ala Torah, Amud Membei Zirei Hamaschal V'Shuv Amar. Chasam Sofer is explaining the pasuk Ushmartem es chukaisai ve'es mishpatai tishmeru v'chai bahem ani Hashem. What exactly does it mean to keep the mitzvahs v'chai bahem ani Hashem? Says the Chasam Sofer, that means to be mekayim the mitzvahs, not just to receive reward, but to add koyach lefamalyo shamala, to add strength to the realm of the heavens. You know, the pasuk says in Yeshaya, Parak Mem Gimel, pasuk Yud Beis, va'atem edain om Hashem, you are my witnesses. The Jewish people are the witnesses of Hashem. What exactly does that mean? What does Rebbe Hashem want from us? That we should be witnesses. Isn't it enough just to accept the yoke of heaven and to believe in Him? Why do we need to be witnesses? Chasam Sofer says that in the first pasuk of Shema, there's a big ayin, there's a big dalet. Chazal say that refers to aid, that we should be a witness of Hashem. Furthermore, Chazal teach us that when you say the first Parsha of Shema, you need to be mechavein, that if ever put to the ultimate challenge, one would give up their life al kiddush Hashem. Where is there any remez that one is required to have this kavana when they say Shema, to be mechavein, to be moiser nefesh al kiddush Hashem? Where do we see anything about that? It's just a declaration of belief. I understand in the second pasuk we say you should love Hashem with all of your life, with all of your nefesh, b'chol nafshecha. So there in the second pasuk, there's a kavana. It's enunciating that we would, if ever put to the ultimate challenge, we would give up our life al kiddush Hashem. But where is there any remez in the first pasuk that if ever put to the ultimate challenge, we would give up our life al kiddush Hashem? Where is there any allusion to the kavana of mesiras nefesh? So Chasam Sofer says as follows: in order to be a witness, there can't be any semblance of possibility that you have an invested interest. You can't have any negia, even the most distant bias would disqualify somebody of being a witness. Therefore, if Hashem is asking us to be a witness, that means what He wants from us is that our avodas Hashem should be of such a level that we don't have any anticipation of self-benefit from it. Not in this world and not in the next world. The Chasam Sofer goes so far as to articulate, Afilu ya'abed beis alay moisav. Even if a person would lose both worlds, olam hazeh and olam haba, one should serve Hashem to do for what purpose? Says the Chasam Sofer, lahaisif koyach bepamalya shamala, to add strength to the upper realms, which is how the Chasam Sofer interprets the pasuk, v'chai bahem ani Hashem. Therefore, if the pasuk is saying aid, a big ayin and a big dalet, that we should be witnesses, then perforce implicit in that is defined as serving Hashem without any anticipated reward. Namely, it's not enough to accept the yoke of heaven, but if we want to be a witness, we have to do so with kavanas mesiras nefesh. Otherwise, if we wouldn't be willing to give up our life in any world, so then we're noigei abadavar. So if we're expected to be big ayin, big dalet, and aid, then part of that is kavanas mesiras nefesh. And that is how Chazal know that when you say Shema, one should be mechavein, not just in the second pasuk, but even in the first pasuk, to give up one's life al kiddush Hashem. Then and only then, says the Chasam Sofer, can we be acceptable and admissible as a witness. This is the amazing offering of the Chasam Sofer, and this, the highest level that we yearn for in avodas Hashem, is lahoisif koyach v'chius bepamalya shamala, to add strength and energy in the upper realms. Wishing everyone a wonderful, beautiful Shabbos. Parshas Acharei, haba aleinu l'tova.